A very warm welcome back to TED Talks and Bowen's Garage. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. We are at the start of a new week, so thank you for joining me, and not just a new week actually, a new month. November is upon us. So thank you all for joining me. If you're new here, you are very welcome. I go through all the daily goings on of our little business, Bowen's Garage, in Ross-On-Wye, where we sell very low mileage used vehicles. And we also have a 5-bay MOT and service workshop. You might see me on some podcasts and some other Autotrader bits and bobs as well. But if you are new here, do give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that really good stuff. For those of you who are here every week, welcome back. Hope you had a lovely weekend. And we are ready to rock and roll for November. It's cold, it's wet, it's miserable, but I'm feeling good. Halloween weekend, wasn't it? So, pumpkins, trick or treat, parties. It was good fun, good fun. Took this is my first little recording from inside the Alpine. You might have got used to the red seatbelts of the Alpha back in the day of Monday morning, but we're in the Alpine. Took it to a little car show yesterday. The weather was beautiful. So, a little local car show. There was, took the little boy and the good lady and the dog, and we had a coffee and whatever. But it was nice, yeah, there was some good cars there. Lancia Delta Integrale, and a nice one, a very nice one. Lotus Emira in this sort of colour, the blue, which was very nice. Focus RS, there's some nice cars there. So that was good, and I'm hoping to do more car shows next summer with my little boy. I think he'll enjoy that. And we've got a few cars we can take, which I might do a video on at some point, our little collection. I mean, it's not quite like Tom Hartley, or Bernie Eccleston, or whatever. It's our just little 4 or 5 car collection, but you might find it quite interesting. Anyway, on to business. Weekend was okay, actually. We had a few calls on Saturday. For those of you who haven't watched last week's episode, the link will be in the description, so do have a look, because obviously there's crossover, because things that weren't quite finished last week roll into this week. For example, the Suzuki S-Cross, the white one, which we had a test drive on Friday morning, and the customer liked it, wanted to drop from diesel to petrol, but we were a little bit away on the part exchange value. Anyway, we gave our final offer, and it didn't work at the time on Friday, so fair enough. So we actually moved the car to the Hereford site because we were doing a swap over anyway. Customer rings Saturday morning, 9:30. I've had a think about it. I hadn't really looked into the value of my part exchange at the time. I have now. I can understand you were fair. I'd like to go ahead and do the deal. So he's now paid a deposit. We'll have to get the car back from Hereford. We've done the service, we've done all the other bits and bobs, so that is just an MOT required, so should be able to have that probably Wednesday, Thursday, I would think. So that's good news. So that was an extra one for do I count it last week? Do I count it this week? Deposit came in on the 1st of November in the end, it was Saturday, so we'll count it for this week and this month, for accountancy reasons, and it makes me feel better because we're off the mark already. So that's one for this week, and I haven't even left the house yet, so that's good. What else is going on? Tony has got a test drive this morning at 8:15 in the Hereford site on an Audi Q3. Interesting those, because, and I always find this is the case, and lots of other dealers, if you're watching this, will feel exactly the same. That Audi Q3 we've had for a little while, maybe 3 months. The car is lovely, absolutely lovely. It was grade 1, it's one owner, full Audi history, it's a proper car. I haven't had one phone call on that car in 3 months. It's not cheap, but it's got a nice spec, it's petrol, it's in Daytona grey. I don't actually know why we haven't had a call on it. I don't know whether the pictures weren't quite right, the lighting, whatever, I don't know. But we haven't had a call on it. Tony's got somebody coming to look at 8:15, and we had 2 more calls on it on the weekend. It's almost like Autotrader decide when they advertise your car, or when they put it in front of people's faces. They think, oh, he's had it 60 days. Let's now show it to some people. Why would we have an appointment and 2 phone calls in the space of 3 days, and I haven't had anything for 2.5, 3 months? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to my little country brain. So hopefully we can get off to a good start this week. They didn't want to pay a reservation over the weekend, so I always find that as a little bit of a... obviously it's the 3rd of November, but it's our first working day in November, so we've got a few handovers today. The lovely Volkswagen Tiguan is going out to Lawrence, our subscriber, and also our very lovely Yeti is going out to Tony, my good friend, who I saw on Saturday. We had a few beers. It was his birthday last week when he bought the car, and had a few beers at the football on Saturday with his son, and he was pestering me, and I will say pestering, for a Skoda umbrella and a tank of fuel. So he wants special treatment. So we'll have to see if I've come up with the goods. I'll show you later. So that's that. So we've got a couple of handovers today. We've got to take the Qashqai over to Dave over at the body shop to have the wheels refurbished and the rear bumper painted. So that'll be going first thing. What else? We had a call on the Vauxhall Viva, which literally arrived close of play Friday. So I had a call on that on Saturday morning as well. Customer more than happy to wait until the car is ready, because I said it's on site, but it needs some wheel trims, a couple of little dings on it. It's just arrived. I've moved it 20 yards. That's all we've done with it so far. So he wants to come home from Abergavenny as soon as it's ready to be viewed. So we'll crack on with that one as a sort of priority. So yeah, there's a few bits going on. I also, and there will be a separate video on this. Now this is not a very YouTubey, clickbaity. Actually, the thumbnail and title will be clickbaity for this. It's not often, as you know, probably, for those of you who've been watching for a while, I'm fairly chilled out, fairly relaxed. Most of our customers are very, very nice people, and that's why we sell the type of cars that we sell, to be honest. But I had to use this sentence on Saturday, with all due respect. Now, as soon as I say with all due respect, obviously shit is going to hit the fan. So I had a customer, I won't tell you the full story because there is going to be a separate video, but I had a customer basically get quite upset that I wouldn't show her a car on the weekend. That's all I'm going to say, but I did use with all due respect. So stick around for that video. I'm not sure when that'll come out, because we've got a very busy start to the week. But yes, there will be a video out now for a review on the Skoda Yeti. So that's coming out, well, as you, what day? This is Monday morning. It's coming out tonight, Monday night. But I'll put the link in the description for that one. So that's it. It's a very busy start to the week. I best crack on. It's 7:28 and we're not even out the door. So I better get going. I'll update you all later. I don't think I've missed anything. We've got cars coming in. Viva arrived Friday. I've got an Ibiza arriving this morning. Volkswagen Up R-Line and the Mini Cooper convertible both arrived over the weekend, I'm told. So I'll give you a quick scoot around those when I get to work, if I get time. I've got to get a lot on. Right. Catch you later. Happy days. Let's rock and roll. So Monday morning and 2 arrivals already. So this is the first one, 2021 on a 21 Mini Cooper convertible. It's the 1.5 petrol, 6-speed manual gearbox. I think these are 136 brake horsepower. They're a 3-cylinder twin turbo, I believe. This has done 34,000 miles, something like that. Actually a really cool looking car. So you've got the Union Jack tail lights. It is fitted with the John Cooper Works body kit. So it's not a John Cooper Works. Don't know why I didn't show you the rest of it. It's not a John Cooper Works, but it looks like one. So you've got a 6-speed box. You've got the John Cooper Works seats. So it's got the kit, but you still get the sensible running costs and whatever. Nice big dial there. It's a nice looking car. So I think this will be popular over the winter. Needs a valet and whatever. Definitely needs 2 front tyres. but condition-wise, very nice. Good service history. Yeah, definitely needs tyres. They are skinny, but overall I can't see there's any bodywork. So that'll be a nice car for the winter. 2 convertibles in November is a bit exciting, but I don't think it's so much of a seasonal thing anymore. And then this is the other one, which I showed you last week on the computer, didn't I? So this is a 71 plate Volkswagen Up R-Line. Now you don't see many of these. It's got the 17-inch, I'm sure they're 17s. Yes, it's got the 17-inch Polygon alloy wheels, which were quite an expensive added option on the R-Line. And this one has done very low mileage, this one. I think it's 12,000 miles. You get the heated seats, you get the phone holder at the top, aerial down below. 5-door model. This has had 1 owner from new, and it's got full Volkswagen service history as well, so proper thing. So that is a nice looking car. Very low insurance group. It's only the 65 brake horsepower model. So if you are after probably the ultimate first time car, I don't think you can go wrong with those. Again, looks very clean and tidy. That was grade 1. This didn't come from auction, this came from a trade contact down towards Brighton. So yeah, hopefully both mechanically okay, and that's a nice start to the week, so we will catch you later. So Monday lunchtime, and Lawrence, our subscriber from up in Staffordshire, has just been in and picked up the very, very nice Volkswagen Tiguan, the one with the leather and the sat-nav and all that good stuff. And this is the part exchange. So it's a 66 plate Golf petrol, 1.4 TSI. It's the Blue Motion, so you get the cheap road tax on a 66, which is nice. It's done 41,000 miles. It will make a really nice car. It's got loads of Volkswagen service history. Cam belt's been replaced at Volkswagen as well. Good tyres all round, but unfortunately it's had a bit of paint in its life. So this rear door, you can see there's a shadow from about halfway back on the rear door, and you've got some preparation marks in there, and the other side has also been done. So it's quite ripply, and again there's a darker patch in the middle there where it's had. So I believed it was owned by an elderly gentleman before, but it has had some paint, and this is how Lawrence bought it from the main dealer. I won't say which main dealer, but this is how Lawrence bought it from the main dealer. And the paint's just not as we would. That rear door is slightly darker than that door, so it's just not how we would retail a car really. So we are going to carry on with it because it will make a really nice retail proposition. Mileage is right, service history is right, the specifications right, it's got sat nav and that sort of thing. But obviously we're going to have to get the paint sorted, so it's going to be a little bit of a slow burner, this one. It's nice inside, it's got heated seats, it's got satellite navigation, front and rear parking sensors, auto hold, power folding door mirrors, all that sort of thing. But it's just going to need a bit of paint to get it on its way. So we've currently got our little classic Mini in the body shop at the moment, so this will it's got adaptive cruise as well, so this will swap over afterwards. So the car will be available. It's going to be just over 11,000, I think, and then obviously it'll then look a very, very nice retail car, but I just need to get that paint redone. We could try and risk it and see, but to be honest, it's just I know it's there, and maybe some members of Joe Public wouldn't know it's there, and we could send the car on its way, but I know it's there. So if I know it's there, I mean, all cars, don't get me wrong, all cars, or the vast majority of used cars, have paint. They just do. But there's a difference between paint that's been done well and paint that hasn't. Silver is a tricky colour, but it just needs redoing. I just can't accept it to go out like that. So we'll get that done. It'll take a couple of weeks probably. So this car probably won't be ready to drive away for 2 or 3 weeks, but it will be a very nice car once it's done. So that's Monday lunchtime. Yeti's going in a little minute. It's all systems go today. It's very busy. Very busy. Very busy, but not really achieving a lot, if that makes sense. But anyway, we'll catch up later. So Monday afternoon, and here is the Yeti to replace the Yeti. My good friend Tony has come in and bought the much cleaner Yeti this morning, and this is the part exchange which will be heading down to Devon, to North Devon, to Chops Garage. I'm sure once James is finished with it, it will look a million times better than it does now. But on the positive side, it's had one owner from new. I've known the car from brand new, full service history, 2 cam belts, so mechanically somewhere near A1. Just needs a bit of gentle recommissioning and it'll be perfect for the North Devon highway. Ty has just sold the little i10 automatic. This was a lady who came in on Friday. When she came in on Friday, it was too dark for her to want to drive it, so she rebooked to come in at 2 o'clock today, and it was a choice between this automatic i10 and the semi-automatic Celerio. And she's got a semi-automatic Peugeot 508, which is coming in part exchange. Anyway, has gone for the i10, and I don't blame her. Cracking little cars, fully automatic. So that's that. Other than that, not really many inquiries today. Big news from Autotrader this morning. We've had an email, which you will see lots about from lots of different content creators, about the new deal builder which has come onto Autotrader and how they are shoehorning it into us. I may well do a video on it. Depends how many others come out. I don't want to just... There's no point me repeating what everybody with much higher viewing figures does. But they've sort of said, Deal Builder is starting... I mean, we're already trialling it and we don't really like it. But they're now saying it's compulsory as of the 17th of November. If you don't want it, then you can cancel your contract and say cheerio. And they will be, in the future, charging us for the privilege of selling our own vehicles. So not only do they charge us for advertising our vehicles on there, they're now going to charge us for helping to sell said vehicles. Anyway, it's a story for another day, but it's not what I want on a Monday morning in November, to be honest. That email is just a bit of a kick in the face. Like I said in the group that we're on, it makes you feel like you want to strap a giant firework to your undercarriage and send yourself into orbit, to be honest, because there are cars, we pay a fortune to be with them already. Why should they be then charging us to sell our cars? People can reserve multiple cars at once, and when in their new terms we're not allowed to do anything for 48 hours, and then they'll charge us a percentage. Anyway, it's a story for another day, but not ideal. Anyway, we are now just about to take pictures of this lovely looking Fiesta, and it really is nice. This 8,000 miles, loads of service history, ST lines, that's a proper thing, and that's it. That's probably it for a Monday, isn't it? So we'll catch up a bit later in the week. Right, it is Wednesday evening. The nights are drawing in really quickly now, so it's only 4:30 and it's getting dark. Lights are already on, and it's been a busy day of sorting out trade cars. Interesting. It's actually Wednesday afternoon, I should have made that clear. Yeah, we've been doing lots of trade vehicles sorting out today. So I've got 4 delectable part exchanges and trade vehicles in front of me here, all of which have got homes to go to, but I'll just show you, and I'll just show you what else has been going on as well. Actually, first things first. So, Vauxhall Viva. This is valeted, and we've got somebody coming to look at it at 3 o'clock tomorrow. So this was an inquiry that we had on Saturday, and I said, look, the car's not ready yet. It needed a couple of wheel trims, which we've replaced with 2 genuine ones on the front. There was a dent on this rear arch, and there was a little knockover suspension as well. So it's been through the workshop. Gary's already prepared this now. It just needs an MOT, so he's done an interim service, an anti-roll bar link on the driver's side front. Everything else was good, which is great. I mean, it's only done 14,000 miles, cheap road tax, 6.5 grand. I think, hopefully, it sounds quite positive, so we shall see. The boys are off collecting the Qashqai. Excuse me from having its wheels refurbished and back bumper painted. So they're off to fetch that at the moment. And then these are the 4 trade vehicles that we have had come in. They're taking up a lot of space, so I have to move these on really quickly. So, Vauxhall Antara, 2.2 turbo diesel, automatic 4-wheel drive. This is the exclusive model. It's actually got a mega level of spec, and it's only done 68,000 miles, 2 owners from new, full Vauxhall main dealer service history right the way through its life. Very touch and go as to if we'd retail them. They frighten me a little bit, these Antaras. Famously not 1,000,000% reliable at times, but this one drives exceptionally well, and it's really, really clean as well. It's a 63 plate. It's only done 68,000 miles. Bodywork wise, it's really good. Inside, it's even tidier. Electric heated leather seats, cruise control, parking sensors, front and rear, I think. Yeah, all the kit and caboodle. Drives really, really well. Massive main dealer history, 2 owners. That is going to James at Chops, as is this Yeti, which is the one that came in against the other one. I showed you that earlier in the week. So Chops is having those 2, both 4x4s, both diesel. Both will absolutely fly away down in North Devon. And then these 2 are going to my good friend Pete at Ashton's Cars, who Pete's had a lot of cars off us. In fact, he had the last Jag that we had in off us as well. So this private plate comes with this one. So if you own a company called Prodor, lucky you. It's a 2008 on a 58. XF, obviously. It's the 2.7 V6 diesel auto, black leather. It's only done 38,000 miles, and it's had 1 owner from new. So I bought it. I bought both of these cars from privately over in the Forest of Dean, and both surplus to requirements. They've got new cars, and they wanted them both to go together, really. So this one, full black leather. It drives absolutely lovely. Really nice spec. All the vents pop open as they should. Heated seats, navigation, all that sort of thing. I think it's a portfolio. So that one's done 38,000 miles. Some service history. The reason we're not going on with either of them, the Jag would be very tempting to go on with, to be honest. It needs a little bit of paint on the back corner, but the history's just not quite there. It's got partial, I think it's probably got 4 or 5, so and obviously it's an older car. It's 17, 18 years old, 38,000 miles, but boy, it drives well. And then this one's a bit of an oddball, to be honest. Came from the same home. It's a pearl white, as you can see in the light on the front there. 2010, and it is on a 10, but that plate is sort of a private plate, but it's not, if that makes sense. It's a 308 cabriolet, so it's a hard top with electric roof, 2 litre diesel GT, and this one's done 46,000 miles, and again they've had this one from new, I think, or it was a demonstrator. I think it was a demo, and then they've had this from pretty much new. Again, bits of service history. This one's actually got more history with it. This has got a mega spec as well. Sat nav, front and rear sensors, cruise control, electric heated seats. Both of them proper specification. Front and rear parking sensors. 2 litre HDI. Drives fine. There's a dent on the side, which you might not be able to... yeah, there's like a score dent down the side there. Wheels could do with a refurb. Tidy enough inside, wants a good valet. Both the cars have had very limited use over the last few years. They have been in use, but not massive use, so they were just surplus to requirements. So both of those are going to Peter Ashton's. Both of those are going to James at Chops, who is coming up to see me tomorrow, I believe, with a Seat Arona and a Skoda Citigo, which I'm looking forward to seeing. This is the Q3 that Dad sold on Monday morning, which I don't think you've seen before, so this is through the workshop now. Unfortunately, it's had to have pads and discs all round and 2 front tyres on top of the service. Just seems to be putting pads and discs on absolutely everything these days, but is what it is. They've got to be right. So that's going out Friday. Haven't done anything with that yet. This arrived today, Fabia Estate. So this is a 1 litre TSI petrol, same engine that all of these newer Skodas and Seats and Volkswagens seem to have. 68 plate, estate model, 1 owner from new, a privately owned car, and 6,000 miles on the clock only. So very, very low mileage. This just needs a couple of, as you'd expect with a car with this kind of low mileage, a couple of bumper corners doing. So it needs that little bit on the front, and there's a bit on the back bumper as well. I would hazard a guess an elder statesman has owned the car. It's got front and rear dash cams, full Skoda main dealer service history, so even though it's only done 6,000 miles, been serviced right the way through at Skoda. Nice spec, it's got Apple CarPlay, parking sensors, a speed limiter as well. And I think it's going to be around the 12 grand-ish mark, maybe a fraction more, 12-ish. Looks well in the white, really practical being the estate model, so always good news. Are those. Lee has done the dents, or Lee came on Monday and did a load of dents, so there was a dent in the roof of this one, which is now gone. So they'll be cracking on with that very shortly. This just arrived overnight last night. So this is a 1.25 Fiesta. It's done 25,000 miles. 5-door, deep impact blue, 1 owner from new. It was a grade 3, and I genuinely, it's not just me bigging up the cars. I have absolutely no idea why. No idea why. It's really, really clean and tidy, and will look lovely after a polish, that one. So 65 plate, it's the 1.25, importantly, not an EcoBoost, should be a popular thing. It's the right colour, right mileage, right ownership. Good, like that one. That's lovely. The Ibiza Excellence. That's really, really nice. Can't fault it condition-wise. That was grade 1, so I mean, you'd sort of hope. Golf, you know about, you've seen before. Another Berlingo. We're bloody Berlingo heavy at the moment. So this, they're all different ones. We've got a petrol manual one, we've got an automatic diesel one with no ramp, and we've got this one, which is an automatic diesel with 5 seats and a ramp. So this one, you will see, has already got our number plates on it, because I've seen this car before. We retailed this car in June of last year, 2024, to a family in Hereford. They have now moved to Lincolnshire and asked if we would like to buy it. So it's an XTR model, so it's got a massive spec on it for one of these. I say that like it's a Bugatti or something, but it's actually a good spec. It's got power folding door mirrors, it's got satellite navigation, it's got rear parking sensors, it's got cruise control. It's only 35 quid a year to tax. It's the 1.6 diesel, automatic, and like I say, you've got 2 seats in the front, 3 across the middle, and you've got the ramp at the back as well. And it's done 33,000 miles, and that's going to be 8 grand. Really nice car. One little ding here for Lee to do when he's next back. Nothing will stop us retailing it in the meantime, but it's just as clean really as when we sold it the first time. So that's that. So that's your Wednesday update. Appointment on the Viva tomorrow. We have also taken a reservation on the 2013 Volkswagen Polo Automatic as well for a test drive on Friday, and that is from a customer who bought a car from us back in 2020, I think she said. So yeah, so she's coming in on Friday. It's not massively busy, we're bubbling away. If you're watching this now and you've seen my little ranty video that came out the other night, thanks for all your comments on that one. And while I'm here, I just thought I'd show you, as you know, we are going to the Car Dealer magazine, or Car Dealer Awards, in a couple of weeks' time at the brewery in London, hosted by Mr. Mike Brewer at the brewery. And we had a nice little gift this morning. Let me just show you. So 67 Degrees, who, if you're in the trade, they're making waves when it comes to websites. They are our new website provider. and it's working really nicely. They sent us this lovely little gift this morning. Congratulations for being shortlisted for the Used Car Awards. Love from everyone at 67 Degrees. And some of those now, I can't open those unless we win. It's all very well being shortlisted, but coming second is the first loser, isn't it? So we need to try and win. But anyway, thanks to the guys at 67. Much appreciated. So yeah, that's Wednesday night. Very dark now. I feel like it's getting dark every second I'm talking to you, so I will bugger off, and we'll speak again at the end of the week to wrap things up. Take care. Welcome back. It's Friday afternoon, and I'm going to wrap it up. It looks like it's going to absolutely chuck it down in a minute, so I just thought I'd wrap the week up. It's been another perfectly fine week, which, when the market is like it is at the moment, I am more than happy with. I apologise for the rantiness of a couple of the videos this week, which lots of you have watched. I do appreciate all the feedback on those. It was just quite big news in the trade, and obviously I wanted to talk about it. It affects not only us, but a huge amount of other dealers. If you don't know what I'm referring to, obviously changes to Autotrader packages, and then obviously Rachel Reeves has dropped the electric mileage charge on us as well, potentially. Not going to say about that until it's confirmed, but what a bloody week. Anyway, we've had some good bits going on here. We've had some warranty bits. We've had all the usual car dealing goings on. So let me show you. Now this has just arrived. What a little gem. 61 plate Nissan Pixo or Suzuki Alto, whichever you want to. I mean, this is the Nissan version. It's exactly the same as the Suzuki Alto. They're exactly the same car, built in exactly the same factory in India, I believe. I just bought this one because it's got a cracking story with it. It was originally a demonstrator. It's then had just the one private owner from new. It's covered 11,000 miles. It's got 13 services in the book right the way through its life. And it's a nice specification. I think this is an N-Tech, maybe. So you get alloy wheels, which could probably do with the dusting over. Nothing too drastic. They've just got a bit of corrosion getting in there, so we'll get those blasted over. Parking sensors at the back. It's got air conditioning as well. It's really clean and tidy. I totally ignored Autotrader and cap and everything when it came to that. It was just one of those cars that I needed to buy, and I'm sure we'll sell it. Very cheap to run, cheap tax, cheap insurance, 1 litre 3-cylinder petrol, very reliable. I love cars like that with a story. It's raining, so I will get a move on. What else has been going on? This came back in for warranty. We sold this a few months ago now, actually. It's probably coming right to the end of its 6-month warranty. But she has had a serious amount of squeakage from the front brakes, and she hasn't done all that many miles in it, so that needed addressing. So new pads and discs fitted on that one. Polo GTI, this went out a few weeks ago, and the steering lock has been a little bit troublesome, so both the sets of keys were getting stuck in the lock. It's a common Volkswagen problem. In fact, our keyman has done 2 this week, and a really expensive part, actually. 209 quid from Volkswagen with the VAT for the part. Didn't take Jim long to get it in there and get it all sorted, but just one of those things. So that'll be going back early next week. What else has been going? It is raining now. We have sold a couple of cars. I'll get to those in a minute. Ago's on the pitch now. That's a really nice thing. Came up really, really nicely. Dave's just got to dust over the door handles because the lacquer's coming off. Seat Arona. This is the one that arrived from Mr. Chops, and it's lovely. So we've managed to get that one on really quickly. It's a really, really, really nice car and a mega, mega specification. I won't go through it all. Check it out on the website. That's a proper car, that one. This was the other one that he delivered up to us. City Go, you might have seen it on his channel. This has only done 13,000 miles. Loads of history. Needs a bumper corner and a couple of mirror caps painting, which Dave's coming to do next week. We've also ordered a set of full alloy wheel centre caps, which is always the way on these Skodas and Volkswagens. Every single one of them we seem to order a set for, but we have done. I bought this one yesterday. I'm rushing because I'm getting soaking wet here, but it's going to be dark otherwise, so we've got to plough on. I bought this one yesterday, locally, here in Ross.
It's had the same owner from new. She is now giving up driving, so she came in with her son. It's a titanium Fiesta. It's an EcoBoost and it's a power shift automatic. So I'm probably buying myself some trouble here, but it is genuinely a lovely, lovely car. It's done 13,000 miles. It's been serviced every year from new, and it's got a massive spec above a normal titanium. So it's got the comfort pack, so you get heated seats, heated steering wheel. It's got power folding door mirrors, front and rear parking sensors, reversing camera. It's also got the auto park assist, which was an expensive option. It's in the magnetic paint, which was an expensive option, and it's got the Bang & Olufsen speakers, which was an expensive option. So this is a really, really high specification Fiesta, automatic, lovely low mileage. That's a really nice car. I was actually saying to Dad, we've got some of the, across the board now, we've got probably the nicest selection of cars we've had for a long, long time. There's not really any cars that are a bit edgy. They're all really nice bits of stock at the moment. Qashqai is back from having the wheels done, bumper painted on the back, so that'll be valeted next week. And then in terms of sales, we have sold the Vauxhall Viva. Now this did sell to the gentleman who inquired over the weekend and was more than happy to come back this week and have a look. So that sold yesterday, so that's ready to go. We've MOT'd that one now. This I showed you on Wednesday. As you'll see from the thumbnail, we've got parts exchanges absolutely filling up the place. Jag and Peugeot going off to Ashton's cars. Cougar came in yesterday in part exchange. This is now going to Chop, so I've dealt him on both of these two. He spotted this one while he was up the other day, dropping the two off and picking the two up. So we've done a deal on that one, and this had just come in as well, so we thought we'll do a deal on that. In return, Chops has sold me a very low mileage i10, a really high specification i10 actually, which I'm looking forward to having. So he bought the last two up to me and took two back. So on this occasion, we're going to take these two down to him and bring the one back. And then this has also come in part exchange today. It's a 5 billion and 8, 5 trillion and 8, something like that. 7-seater jobby, not a bit of us at all, but it's 1.6 diesel, I think. 64 plate, done 76,000 miles, automatic, really impressive specification actually, good service history, fairly tidy. There's a crack in the grille at the front here, there's a dent on the quarter on that side, and the rear bumper's a bit scabby, so it's not for us. It's auto, it drives absolutely fine, it's just got a little bit of a wobble at idle. I think they're semi-auto these, so I'm pretty sure they have a clutch and a dual mass, so I'm not sure if the dual mass is just wobbling a little bit. So we're going to have to decide what to do with that one. Alpine's been on charge since 8 o'clock this morning when I got here, and I came out to it and the charger had stopped. So it's now 4 o'clock and it's on 9%. So I might be able to get the bus home, we'll see. Twig update. Bonfire night has been and gone, and they haven't lit it yet, and it's becoming a bit like a swamp down here, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I mean, I'm sure it will go up in flames at some point, but far too wet at the moment. Missed bonfire night, so unless they're going to do it under the cover of darkness over the weekend when we're not here, I don't know. What else has been going on? Hyundai Kona was just about to go to auction and put on about 25 lights on the dashboard, so that was valeted and ready to go off to auction, and it's now not gone. We've pulled it out and kept it here, so we're going to figure out what to do with that one. The Audi A1 did sell at auction last night, finally, the grey one, the S-Line, so that's gone. It did a good price actually. And then inside, out the rain, Polo, this sold this morning. We had a reservation on this on Wednesday, so we're doing the cam belt, water pump. I think it's having a cam belt, a water pump, front and rear brake pads and discs, 2 rear shock absorbers, plenty. And Blingo, the white automatic one, we've got a test drive booked for that for Monday. And Tony also sold the Vauxhall Crossland this morning in our Hereford site. So that is going to be having a wet belt next week, and also a service and rear brake pads and discs. That Polo's run away with us a little bit actually, because We've got all the money for it, an automatic with 12,000 miles, but by the time we've done a service, a cam belt, a water pump, front and rear brake pads and discs, 2 rear shock absorbers, it had some paint as well. It's very skinny, that one, but sold to a returning customer who bought a car from us in 2020, which is all we can hope for at the moment. So yeah, that is it. Quite a long video this week compared with the last few. We've had loads going on, loads of trade cars, part exchanges, a decent number of sales to go along with the last 2 weeks, which have been decent before that. Big news with Autotrader, obviously. If you haven't watched that video already, I'll put it in the comments, do have a look at it. It isn't just me having a rant, there is some facts and figures and a general overview in there. It's not just me losing my mind for 20 minutes. Well, it sort of is, but... so yeah, that's it for this week. Hopefully, next week will be a bit more of the same. I'm still not sure what we're going to do with Autotrader. The groups that we're on are ping, 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 as people with different ideas. There's all sorts going on. But I do really appreciate your comments on that. Obviously, jump in the comments of this video. Let me know what you think to our stock at the moment. I genuinely think we've bought some really nice bits. So I'm pleased with what we've got here. If I'm pleased, I think it just lifts everybody. But I don't like it when we've got edgy cars here and cars that need too much and whatever. So just got a really nice selection of very, very low mileage bits at the moment, which I'm pleased with. So thank you very much for watching. Have a really nice weekend. Don't go setting off any more fireworks. We've had enough of the bloody fireworks. Don't go setting off any more fireworks. Have a good weekend. We'll catch up next week. Take care.